You may have heard that high blood pressure and atrial fibrillation are leading causes of stroke and heart attack. And that's true, but only part of the truth. These are merely symptoms, the tip of the iceberg, while the real cause lies much deeper beneath the surface. A heart surgeon revealed that nearly 100% of the patients he operated on had a thick layer of visceral fat wrapped around their hearts, and that fat didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was a consequence. And here's what's even more concerning. High blood pressure, atrial fibrillation, and fat around the heart all stem from the same underlying culprit, one most people have never even heard of. And that root cause is insulin resistance. This is the true heart of the problem. When your body becomes resistant to insulin, it sets off a silent chain reaction of damage. It tells your kidneys to hold on to salt, leading to high blood pressure, triggers chronic inflammation, which weakens your blood vessels and heart muscle, leading to atrial fibrillation, and stores visceral fat around the most dangerous places in your body, especially near the heart. Think of it this way. Insulin is like a key that unlocks your cells so sugar, your energy, can enter. But when you're insulin resistant, the locks on your cells become rusty and stubborn. The insulin key no longer works properly. In response, your body floods itself with more and more keys, churning out large amounts of insulin in a desperate attempt to force the doors open. This constantly high insulin level is the fire behind the scenes. It fuels inflammation, builds fat, and throws your entire system off balance. But here's the good news. You don't have to wait for a blood test to know something's wrong. Your body has already been giving you warning signs. Here are the 7 most important clues you should never ignore. Here are the 7 warning signs your body may already be giving you, clear clues that insulin resistance could be quietly putting your heart and brain at risk. 1. Your waistline keeps growing. This is the #1 red flag. If you're a man with a waist over 40 inches, 102 centimeters, or a woman over 35 inches, 88 centimeters, it's not just belly fat, it's visceral fat, the dangerous kind that wraps around your internal organs and increases your risk of heart attack and stroke. 2. You notice skin tags or dark patches. Those small, soft growths on your neck, armpits, or groin known as skin tags are classic signs of high insulin levels. So are dark, velvety areas of skin called acanthosis nigricans in those same spots. These changes on the outside reflect a serious imbalance inside. 3. Your blood pressure is starting to creep up. Maybe your doctor says it's just a little high, like 135/85 mmHg, and not to worry yet. But this isn't random. As we said earlier, excess insulin tells your kidneys to hold on to salt and stiffens your blood vessels, both of which drive up blood pressure. 4. Your cholesterol numbers don't look right. If your blood tests show high triglycerides and low HDL, the good cholesterol, that combo is a strong indicator of insulin resistance, even if your total cholesterol seems okay. 5. It's really hard to lose weight, especially belly fat. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. When it's constantly elevated, your body stays locked in storage mode. No matter how little you eat, your system resists burning fat. It holds on tight, especially around your middle. 6. You feel hungry all the time and struggle to fast. Do you feel shaky, irritable, or ravenous if you skip a meal? Do you find yourself constantly reaching for snacks? That's blood sugar volatility caused by high insulin. It drives your sugar levels up, then crashes them, leading to cravings, fatigue, and a hunger that's hard to control. 7. You crash after meals. If you feel sluggish or downright sleepy after a starchy meal like a big bowl of noodles or a plate of rice, that's a red flag. It means your body is pumping out huge amounts of insulin to manage the sugar surge, and your energy drops hard afterward. These are not just minor nuisances. They're early warnings from your body, and recognizing them now could be the key to preventing a future stroke or heart attack. If you recognize 2 or more of the 7 warning signs, take it as a serious message from your body. When you're dealing with insulin resistance, your insulin levels stay constantly high, and that triggers a dangerous chain reaction. High insulin tells your kidneys to retain salt, and salt holds water, which increases your blood volume. That puts enormous pressure on your arteries. Imagine a balloon being overinflated. On top of that, excess insulin acts like a powerful inflammatory agent, damaging the inner walls of your blood vessels. Over time, this leads to plaque buildup, making arteries stiff and narrow a direct path to high blood pressure. But that's not all. High insulin puts your body into a chronic stress state, causing your heart to beat faster and your blood vessels to constrict. This is why many people assume stress is the main cause of stroke, when in fact the hidden root is insulin resistance. What's more, insulin resistance leads to dangerous fat buildup around your organs, especially the heart, a type called pericardial fat. This fat doesn't just sit there. It actively releases inflammatory chemicals that damage the heart muscle and increase the risk of atrial fibrillation, one of the most critical triggers of stroke. Now that you understand the real underlying cause of heart attack and stroke, let's talk about what actually works. Up next, the 3 pillars that people who've successfully reversed these risks all have in common. Pillar #1. Be mindful of what you put into your body. To calm the fire of insulin resistance, the very first step is to stop fueling it, and that means cutting out the foods that cause insulin spikes. The #1 culprit, sugar in all its forms. Soda candies, desserts, even boxed fruit juices. These send your insulin levels soaring like a tsunami, overwhelming your system. Right behind sugar are refined carbs like white bread pasta, white rice, and sugary breakfast cereals. Your body quickly turns these into glucose, triggering a sharp insulin response nearly identical to eating pure sugar. But the damage doesn't stop there. Industrial seed oils like soybean oil and corn oil are silent saboteurs. They create inflammation at the cellular level, worsening insulin resistance over time. It's time to stop fearing natural fats like those found in avocados, olive oil, nuts, and real butter. These are clean, stable sources of energy that help keep blood sugar in check and reduce inflammation. And of course, don't underestimate the power of fiber-rich leafy greens. These act like a protective shield, slowing down digestion, stabilizing blood sugar, and keeping your entire system balanced. Changing what you eat is not just about weight. It's about calming the storm inside your body and protecting yourself from the silent forces that drive heart attack and stroke. Pillar #2. When you eat matters just as much as what you eat. Our bodies were never designed to digest food all day long. Yet today's habits, constant snacking and eating frequent small meals, keep insulin levels elevated nearly around the clock, making insulin resistance even worse. Here's the key. Every time you eat even just a nibble, your body releases insulin. To restore balance, your body needs real breaks, time without food, to allow insulin to come back down. One of the simplest, most powerful tools for this is intermittent fasting. That might sound complicated, but it doesn't have to be. It simply means shortening your eating window during the day. For example, eat dinner before 7 p.m. and don't eat again until 7 a.m. Most of that time you're sleeping, and during those quiet hours, your insulin can finally drop. This gives your body a chance to switch from storing fat to burning fat. Another powerful shift: eliminate all snacking between meals. These golden gaps between meals are when your body restores insulin sensitivity and begins to tap into stored energy. By allowing your system time to reset, you give your body the break it's been begging for, and you begin to reverse the very process that leads to heart attack and stroke. Pillar #3, move the right way to support insulin. Your muscles act like sponges, soaking up sugar from your bloodstream to use as energy. And here's the best part: they do this with very little need for insulin. That's why physical activity is one of the most powerful natural ways to reduce insulin resistance. One of the most underrated habits: take a 15-minute walk after your largest meal of the day. This simple routine helps shuttle sugar straight into your muscles, preventing blood sugar spikes and reducing the insulin your body needs to cope with the meal. In addition, gentle strength training like wall push-ups, squats, or lifting light dumbbells at home helps build and maintain muscle. And the more muscle you have, the more glucose your body can store safely, improving insulin sensitivity over time. When you move with intention, you're doing more than just lowering a blood pressure number or balancing blood sugar. You're helping to reset your entire metabolism from the inside out. And that, more than anything, is one of the most effective strategies to prevent stroke and heart disease, no matter your age.